Welcome to Durga Tiger Tantra podcast. My name is Iris Disse. We are sitting here in Ecuador in our school in this moment. We share teachings of Tantra, yoga, arts and shamanism so that you can get a taste of it and how all this teaching dance together. We created this podcast and we really hope enjoy it. Aho. Hello, welcome. Today I would like to share with you little rituals for a tantric, joyful lifestyle. So yes, what does it mean, tantric lifestyle? In mine, it sounds very special, no? The funny thing is, or the interesting thing is, it's not really so special. It's very unique, sincere, it's simple. We just have to do it. So, for example, you go into nature, somewhere you promise yourself, once a week I go out and make a nature walk, no? So you can just go through the nature, look in front of you off the ground, because looking off the ground helps your mind to be active. So that would be the very good way to make a nature walk and think a lot. And you are not really aware what's happening left or what's happening right, because you are thinking seriously on your nature walk, and the nature just passes by, like when you're driving through it with a car or motorbike. So that would be the modern lifestyle nature walk. The tantric nature walk, you do the same thing. You go out into nature, and now you start to totally open up. So the first little ritual is you walk, your eyes wide open, and you see everything. You might start that you put your fingers in front of you, and you see both fingers now, no? And then very slowly open them, and you still see both fingers, you still see both fingers, you still see both fingers, and you see everything which is in between these realms. I can even see this flower here, and I still see my hand. And I see the total corner over there and over there. So suddenly I understand that my radius, where I capture information, is very big, but what we learned in our modern life is always to focus the concentration onto one point. So we focus, and the focusing makes that we control what comes in to our consciousness. It's always flowing in all, but usually we just blend it out, no? So the moment you do this little tantric technique to totally open your focus as you walk, and you tell yourself, I see everything, and you tell yourself, there's a tree, now there is a stone, now I walk, now I see far, there's moving something, seems somebody coming there, now I see the stone in front of me, now I see this. So you tell yourself what you see all the time, so that it doesn't break together, and you stop thinking. And suddenly something opens up inside of you, and you become part of nature, instead of you as an unity walking through nature. So that is one of the very simple rituals. So now you walk, and after a while you feel, have patience when you start with this technique. At the beginning, always you break in again and you start to focus again. Then you tell yourself, come on, up and up again. It's like with meditation. Be super patient with yourself. Don't ever be angry if you just go back to your old pattern. Okay, so now you walk maybe 15, 20 minutes like this, And you will see how your mind really calms down. And he has to calm down because he's receiving now so much information that your mind cannot control it anymore. And that creates this breakdown of your mind. You can also see babies. Babies still look like that. That's why they seemingly cannot judge anything. They are just lying there and seeing everything. You know the swimming eyes of a newborn baby? They're just seeing everything at the same time. They still don't select, no? And you then can also see after some months when this changes. And suddenly it looks to you, and looks over there, and looks over there. So now, just staying with the nature walk, you can start to use your second tantric technique. And that is also a shamanic technique. As I mentioned in other podcasts, shamanic techniques and tantric techniques are very much playing together as they're having the same roots. The roots are that everything in nature is alive. And not only every animal, every tree, or every rock. No, every cell in nature has consciousness and is alive. So that is a totally different way to connect with nature, because that is why it is always said in all the mystic paths of the heart, Sufism, Tantra, and shamanistic paths of the heart, you hear, hey, we are totally part of all these things, everything. Like every cell of us and every cell of nature are swinging and having resonance together. So now, walking with this resonance, you find a place where you like to be, and you just sit down now and close your eyes. Bring you focus a little bit above your center. Just close your eyes and look a little bit upwards. Helps again to second little ritual, just to concentrate easy on breath and on just your body and where am I, who is breathing? And if there is wind outside, you feel, wow, I am breathing and the wind is breathing together with me. And every tree is breathing together with me. And if it's very still, then you just think, wow, that represents a stillness inside of me. If you hear a lot of animals singing, then you think, listening. Another little technique to start to connect with everything, it's just listening. So you start to listen. And then you see, wow, my thinking really comes down and the whole world opens up. And after 10 minutes of just listening about, you don't have to look on your watch. It is just about 10 minutes. You tell yourself, okay, here I am. I'm a living being. I'm surrounded by aliveness. And I'm in resonance with myself and with all around me. And now I make a game with myself. Rituals are always about little games. So the next game is that I say, now I think and I imagine and invite your inner child. Just say, hey, little one, be with me now, with your curiosity and joy and craziness. And then you think, everything what will happen from now on is totally meant for me. And feeling that everything is alive, when I now start to walk and I see a tree, I can ask him, hey tree, would you like that I come closer or no? And you just walk a little bit close and feel, do I get an answer? If I get no answer, I just walk on. Next tree, do I get an answer? Yeah, this tree says come. So I come close, and the moment I ask the tree what we can do to connect. And then it becomes very beautiful. Just follow your intuition. So you need your inner child, because the grown-up voice will say, no, you're totally crazy, the priest will not talk with you, and you are just imagining. let this voice go and say, oh yeah, thank you, I understand you, I know it's normally like this, but today we just play. So please, would you shut up and come tonight back, or whenever. So, okay. So then you start, maybe the tree says, dance with me. And you start to dance with the tree. And you feel the movement of the tree and the dance. And maybe the tree says, hey, come closer, you come closer. Breathe with the tree. And then you look up into its crown and you feel they're still moving. And then you think, let me breathe with this movement of the crown of the tree. And then you start to see the sky through these leaves and moving branches. And then you feel something inside just opening up. And you just start to dance again. And breathe now deeper, the connection becomes deeper. And then you might just feel, you put your forehead and you press your belly against the tree and hug it. And keep on breathing with the tree. And then you might feel, oh, now I would like to rest. So you just go down, slither down and connect with your spine. Have it against the tree. And you close your eyes and you ask, hey, in my everyday life, I have so little time. What can I do to have a tantric lifestyle? Tree knows. So there will come intuition, some ideas. And then you can just look which of these ideas you can really integrate into your everyday life. And usually, the ideas who are the most clear and maybe not very fantastic, and they seem very simple, are good ideas to integrate. And usually they don't need so much time. And yeah, I will give you an example now. Okay, so that was one, just connecting with nature, one little ritual, which you can do, telling yourself, every week I give me the luxury in between my crazy lifestyle of all the things which I have to do in life and all the termine I have. Termine in English, I don't know. Now, yeah, now I have to do that. Now this. Yeah. So there you take this little spare time of magic. And that is your tantric time where you become more and more in harmony and in moments in an erotical harmony, like I described with the tree, with things which are surrounding you. There can be another day where you look up and you see swallows and you start to flow with them and play with them. You will see it, you enter really a magical wonder world when you start just with this game to say, hey, everything which is happening now is meant for me. The sun is shining for me, the cloud is just passing for me, the light is changing for me, this tree is dancing for me, that I dance with him. You will really feel, allow it, and something will happen. You become in oneness. In some moments you are really in oneness with all what surrounds you. So now, back home. There are another little rituals. One thing is to analyze in a way that what is called the craziness is not the word. Der Wahnsinn, in German is the Wahnsinn, la locura. The madness, it is the madness of the everyday world. So you go to the madness and you feel, am I really doing what I feel that is filling me? All these little things I do and I fill my time with, is that really is what I'm here for, to share all these little things? Do I really have to live that I cannot meet a friend anymore without an appointment? That nobody can just pass by and ring and say, hey, here I am, can we have a coffee together or something? No, we need appointment for everything. So that is another step towards tantric lifestyle, to say, okay, in the moment it's still like this. And I cannot change it from one day to the other, but I will have a focus onto this. Maybe in the next month, something will develop itself where I can see where I can let things go and more bring these little magic time capsules into my everyday life. So, for example, before I go to sleep, I just don't go directly. I sit down and have a little book and write down in between 3 to 10 things where I felt that were really beautiful or magic moments today. And they can be very small, nearly forgotten. And you write them down. And then you close your eyes and do what I did at the beginning. Allow yourself to become a little melody, which is just representing this day, or a sound, or a grito. Like, ah! You can also make a silent grito. But if you feel this, I have to get out today, or just sending things out of your body and out of your energy bodies to say, yeah, okay, this thing I didn't like, and then again you close your eyes, okay, how do I feel now? So becoming conscious about your energy bodies, becoming conscious about what's happening inside of you, and of these beautiful magic moments. And if you feel, yeah, but there are so much things I didn't solve, blah, 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 feel it, just take the energy out there saying, no, it is just a crazy energy I don't want to take with me into my dreams. So what I just said, you just breathe them out, or you just shout them out, or you just hop up and down, do something, always inviting your inner child will tell you what to do to get rid of things you don't need. And that you do every night, and it will cost you 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, 10 minutes magic every night. So the 3 Tantric keys to have a life, not just something which feels like a boring life or a stressful life, or that I have to fulfill always things what other people tell me, and I'm a little bit out of breath all the time because I'm running behind myself or behind all the things I have to do. No, that I can really, okay, here I'm sitting in my center. I am the center of my world. So what do I need? And you won't believe it. It is really simple. So what you need is conscious breathing, sounding, breathing, sounding, and movement. Okay. And when you write your positive things down and focus on them, and you start to move or to jump or to breathe, you already used all these 3 Tantric keys. Now in days where you are very stressed, in days where you're depressed, in days where you are so sad that you don't know what to do anymore, make a check, a body check. And you will usually see if these feelings don't just flow through, but they stick on you or with you, then you are minimum not using one of the 3 keys. Usually you are not using key 2. So when we, for example, cling of sadness, we don't want to move, we put ourselves together, and the last thing we want to do is to dance around or hop, moving or singing or whatever. Please, I mean, I have a heavy problem and I'm really sad, and something had happened to me and that will not help me, and I'm just closing up down. So then it's also good just to see, I'm not ready for getting out of this feeling. And it's also good, I stay there. But suddenly I know I would have a choice just to make this experiment, put a loud music on and scream and laugh and breathe and hop. Or I really hop, want to be wild, and close my eyes then and then stand still. And my breath is moving. And my heart is bumping. Tuduk, 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 tuduk. And I'm just standing there, feel my heart bumping, my breath moving, and maybe I can start to cry because now the emotions getting free again, which had been stuck. And after a while, I really feel liberated. The problem is still there, but now it's a challenge and not a problem anymore. That's another step of a tantric lifestyle. So, just a moment, close your eyes and breathe. Just conscious breathing. Feel how your belly is filling itself with air, it's expanding as you inhale. And as you exhale, it is just relaxing itself. And connect with yourself, connect with the information you got until now. So, a tantric lifestyle means that I start to open up more and more to be conscious of these little magic moments in my everyday life, if I allow them to feel them and to introduce them, to make little rituals that I say every day what I give me time for. Now it's about having this time of change, allowing yourself that change is something which can flow. If I'm angry about something, want to change it, you can try to do it padang. And sometimes time is there to do it pak. But very often it's just good to see it, have a benevolent compassion with yourself towards what is a problem and you still don't know, watch it and get sort of information from the outside world so that things can start to change in a flow. They can just slowly go through different processes and the change is coming and you just observe it coming instead of forcing yourself through. Or trying to change a challenge which is really a life challenge. Where should I go? Should I quit my job? Am I okay with my partner or not? What shall I do with my child? With my friends? Do I have friends? Do not? Do I see them? All these little things which is really important in my everyday life. Is it okay? Is it in balance? Is it not in balance? What could I do to change them? So there, the first thing is allow it to happen. The change when you get clear, listening to signs in your life. That's another, the same what you did with nature, you start to do with yourself wherever you go. So you have the 3 keys. And now, there's another thing, trying to change only with your intelligence. From a shamanic tantric point of view, trying to change things only with intelligence is creating destruction, is creating loneliness, separation from all around us and also from the ones we love. Because only the mind cannot solve problems. It can analyze and help me to solve things the moment when they come from a really inner power. And the inner power is mental clearness. That means I use my intelligence to connect from my heart, find my inner truth there, and from there I bring it up to my mind, and now my heart is the one who is deciding what will be the next steps. Very often it seems not to be logical, the information we get, but when it's a clear information, I call it sacred moments where suddenly I know, we just follow, even though we don't know why. And in this moment, you can give your mind work to do. You just stand up and say, okay, this is what we want to find out. Can you please help me? Can you get the information? Where do we look? Whom can we call? Where can we go to get the information to create what our heart tells us to create? So to be conscious about the difference, whether I decide from my heart or decide from my mind. In the shamanic world, they say that it's the knowledge, that is the knowledge from the north, saying intelligence would be a male Shiva, in Shiva energy, and Shakti is when male and female start dance together, so heart and the intelligence start to dance together. And that would be the Shiva energy in its light. No? So if we look around in the world, that is what is totally lacking. We have so many things happening around us at the moment, being decided also from a sort of logic. And hearing about the artificial intelligence, i.e., that means that we suddenly start to trust that a computer can better decide what is good for us or for humans or for decision making than a human itself. And from logic seen, yes, it can be. But from being a human, what I mean, the decision comes from the heart that no computer can just copy, because it's a totally different way of centering into my reality. Okay, so what can we do to be more centered in our reality? When we have a partner, it's the next thing that we would love to be centered in ourselves, and at the same time being with our partner. So the Tantric ritual for partnership would be having another moment of time for intimacy. And I really decide every Tuesday or Wednesday or Monday or Sunday, it is partner time, intimacy time. And intimacy is not only about making love. Intimacy is just being together and create a space where it's only us both. It can be just breathing together for a time. But it needs a beginning and an end and a very clear time frame, this intimacy space. So that will be in another podcast about partnership rituals. I will talk more about it. But now it's about these little rituals of every day. So yes, also your partnership needs a time frame. Imagine in a time where everything is planned. How shall love suddenly be free and spontaneous? You don't have any time anymore. I mean, when you are just two singles working, it's still easier. But then if even kids come in and you are living in a city in modern time, that means your kid cannot just run out and play. Usually you have to drive it somewhere and it needs on the kindergarten, somebody to pick it up. I mean, who might tell? You know. So how then lovemaking and intimacy can be spontaneous? When? When you are totally tired in the night in the bed after a full day? It's too much. It may be the first 2 years it happens. But then the most young couples I talk to, they tell me somehow we don't know why our love life is starting to slow down and to fade away. Until sometimes they say, oh, we only make love in holidays. There is no time anymore. Tantric lifestyle means I decide what is important in my life, and when my partnership is important in my life, I create time for it. And I take it away maybe from the working time. Maybe what in the Western world is possible, I just work 60, 70 or 80% or 50 or 30, whatever you decide, just not full time. And this here in Ecuador where we are living is usually not possible. Maybe half time, yes, or you have a full-time job. But be creative. And that is another thing of the Tantric lifestyle. Be creative in your rituals. If you feel what I said, just observing your life and feeling, no, I have to flow into another direction, be creative to look, how could I do it? And one very important thing is time for yourself, time for your partner or with your partner, time for family, time for work, and time for things you just love to do. Another observation can be that, why should I work? I mean, work and free time or holidays, that is totally crazy. If you just go deep down to it, and I have worked a lot with indigenous people making radio plays and films and documentaries, And many of these ethnias, they don't have a word for work, and they didn't have a concept for work. And at the beginning I thought, how they don't have a concept? And they say, yeah, but it's all being alive. If somebody needs to have a new hut, we just build it together. If we need food, we go hunting together. If we have to go to the field, we go to the field together. And the rest we just talk together and make and drink together and eat together. And it's all life, and it's all beautiful, and it's all fun. What you are talking about working, we don't understand why we should work something. And the most funny thing for me as a German was when I came to the Gunas in Gunayala in Panama. They said, no, we understood, we have a word for work. Huh? And the word for work was Arbeit. And I say, wow, that's great, it's like the German word, I can't believe it. And then they said, yes, we had a German missionary, he taught us. And I said, okay, and what is Arbeit? And then they said, okay, to do things you don't need, to buy something you don't need, and as you do more as you need, very often it is not joy. We don't like it so much. And if you do something which you don't like, then it's Arbeit. And all the rest is just being alive. So you wouldn't have to Arbeit. No. Okay, so there little more and more you start conscious about this. Do I really like, or my life energy, which is my life and my life energy, where do I give it to? No? Arbeit is a perfect ritual. That there are rituals, I have to be punctual, I have to be in time, I have to do this, that, I have to obey, and then I get the money for what? Some have the good luck that they are really very good paid. But the most people, if you look to our planet, they don't have this good luck. So for what? In our Western world, you have an apartment, usually rented, you have a car, you have holidays once a year, and the rest of the time where you're most productive, 8 hours a day, you just give away your life energy for things which is not inside of yourself seen as or recognized as something you really do for yourself, or you do where you feel that there is my passion. You just do it as you are patterned to believe that Arbeit is something one has to do, so one does it. And I can really tell you it's a very deep down social pattern ritual, so that very often we even don't think about it. It seems to be normal. It is not normal. Normal is that we are born as free humans, and we can find a way in society where we are in that we can express our deepest desire and passion. And as we are so very different, it will not be that everybody wants to become a doctor or an architect, or everybody. And if there are works which are really not very dignifying for humans, like working in a fabric making click, 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 or zit on, then maybe everybody in society, 1 month, just an example, 1 month of every year you do something like that, so there are no people who have to do it all their lives. No. Okay, that could be more talked on later or in another moment. But just see that this is a ritual already, and now in a tantric lifestyle you become creative to take power out of this social pattern ritual and create your own rituals. So creativity is the next thing in a tantric lifestyle. So how I become creative? To become creative, there are some really easy things. Meditation is one, so every morning I just sit down 15 minutes, half an hour, and just breathe consciously. Maybe I hum or I make an om. Om. Om is the sound of beginning, and you have the om here. Oh, so your whole body is vibrating, and then you make hmm, so it comes out and starts to flow around you. So this is one sound of beginning. So if you make om, 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 it's not working. You really have to start to feel this all from here, from your belly into your whole body, feel it. And then try to make every morning 10 minutes this sound of a new beginning. No? And you will see how your whole body vibrates different when after you 10 minutes, you become silent, you close your eyes, and then you just listen and feel what's happening inside of me. And in case you haven't done it already, do it, and you will be very astonished again how this very simple little ritual will change your whole day when you start like this. And there are other meditations. You can start your day with dancing, with the dance meditation, breathing, pranayama. But to be tantric, you don't need ready-made rituals. The more little techniques you learn, the more your channel will open, and you will get ideas what you could do, your ideas, what is good for you to wake up and do the first half hour of the day. No? And for this, maybe you woke up a little bit earlier than usually, that you can do it. Another little ritual. What more can I tell you? I think, yes, I hope that gives you already some ideas. Maybe creativity again. Creativity is something which belongs to us. We are creative beings. Just, again, invite your child, your inner child, or just see yourself or other children, how they play the first years, how they're totally concentrated and just moving a little stick around. Whatever they do with total concentration and playfulness, and they just, everything which is around them, they can just integrate in their play. So just take this from your inner child into your being adult, and be creative with all what is around you, with the people you meet. But also just sitting home, have a look, and look, what can I do? Maybe you can also paint something, write something, but it's even not about painting or writing. It's always about total concentration in the moment. So whatever you find which gives you this total concentration and joy in your heart, and you feel in the belly a little clickling that your inner child is awake, will create moments of power and moments of magic. So the invitation is to be really alive and be creative in this sense. So we are all artists and creators, co-creators of our own lives. And co-creators, I mean, because we create together with Great Spirit, God, Mother, Father, because we have something to do here on earth. And for Tantra, the more joy we feel in our heart, the more connection we have with our surrounding, the more magic moments we have every day in our life, the more we are on the path towards becoming one again, towards with beyond time and space, or towards the light, or towards light, illumination, whatever, but towards a life where you can feel that is really my life, with all my errors, with all my non-perfection, but with my joy, with my little moments of high, with my not knowing, and with my following these moments of not knowing. And practices just to come back to the beginning with your nature walks, because there you go out and everything is there just to invite you to vibrate together with you. The wind, the bird, the tree, the little creek, and take this into your everyday life. Hey, ciao. Thank you for listening to our podcast. It was really great to share with you. I enjoyed it, and I would totally appreciate if you write us Write us questions, insights, your wishes. You become co-creator of the next episodes. You find us under www.durgastigerschool.com and in our Instagram. So, have a great day.